Dwyane Wade has agreed to sign with the Cleveland Cavaliers, a one-year deal worth $2.3 million. And this is pretty exciting. LeBron James and Dwyane Wade, they have that chemistry. They won championships together. They're being reunited. Although Wade is not the same player that he was when they were teamed up the first time, he's still very capable. And he's much better than Shumpert and J.R. Smith. Shumpert is absolutely useless. Offensively, he does nothing. Defensively, he's okay. But in the finals, I don't remember him even scoring. I'm pretty sure he scored some points, but you just never really saw him doing anything. I saw him missing a lot of wide open shots and just disappearing completely offensively. J.R. Smith, he's a very streaky player. He might have a good game, but then he might have 2 or 3 bad games. So with Dwyane Wade, the shooting guard position, you now have somebody that's going to come in there and just be solid. You're going to feel his presence. He's going to put some pressure on the defense, and he's going to show up in the clutch. He's not going to just buckle and be useless. However, it doesn't really change anything for the Cavs when they play the Golden State Warriors. Obviously, when Isaiah Thomas comes back, he's going to be the starting point guard, but he's a huge defensive liability. So who does Isaiah Thomas guard? He can't guard Curry. He's too short for Curry, but he can't guard Klay Thompson either. He's too short for Klay Thompson. And then Dwyane Wade's going to have to guard Curry, most likely. You don't want to have Shumpert in the game. You want Wade to be in the game. There may be some lineups where Wade is the point guard, or maybe they trust in Derrick Rose and Wade in the backcourt. Isaiah Thomas is really not a good idea. It wasn't a good trade. You're going to see as the season goes on. It's going to be very weird when Isaiah Thomas is in the game. And then they still don't have an answer for Kevin Durant, because we saw in the finals that Durant, oh baby, look at that highlight. We saw in the finals that Kevin Durant was getting the better of LeBron, especially in transition. LeBron has to do so much. He's going to be tired trying to stop Kevin Durant. They do have Jeff Green this year, but LeBron is going to play better defense than Jeff Green. Yeah, you might be able to give him some rest so he doesn't drain himself out, but it just doesn't solve the problem that they're having with the Golden State Warriors. And Jay Crowder isn't going to bother Durant either. They're better off just letting LeBron do it, even though he's going to get tired by guarding him all night. An interesting lineup that they could run is they could have Dwyane Wade play the point guard position, which he did in Miami sometimes, and then you can have Shumpert in the game. That way, at least your defense is good. You have Wade and Shumpert to guard Klay and Steph Curry. And if J.R. Smith is having a good game, which he does sometimes, then it could be Wade and J.R. Smith. But Isaiah Thomas is really going to be just, oh, baby, Wade. Isaiah Thomas is really going to be a problem, as we'll see when the season unfolds. Last but not least, there's a possibility that Dwyane Wade might not be healthy. Although playing on the Cavs, the regular season doesn't matter. So he doesn't have to play every regular season game. There's no pressure there. He just needs to be healthy come playoff time. Same thing for Derrick Rose. If both of these guys are healthy in the playoffs, it'll be very interesting to watch, but there's always a chance that one of these guys, or maybe even both of these guys, miss time. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I wouldn't want to see that happen, but just with the history of both of these players, it's a possibility. So even though Isaiah Thomas, he's more of a defensive liability than Kyrie, especially when the finals come, they do have that first round pick. I feel like they should trade it as soon as they can, because if the Nets come out and have a decent season, not playoff worthy, but if they kind of get in between the playoffs and the lottery teams, the teams that are doing terrible, and that pick is not a top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then that pick is going to lose its value. So they need to go ahead and ship that pick, maybe even try to get rid of Kevin Love with that pick, get somebody else, and really make things interesting in Cleveland. They have some options. Now that all this has happened with that pick, they just got to make the moves, and it could be very interesting. But as of right now, looking at this team right now, I just don't see the Cavs being able to overcome the Warriors this season. But what's interesting is that recently LeBron James has come out and said that he still wants to finish his career on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, wouldn't that be something? We're going to see what happens. That's going to be a crazy offseason after this season.